This is a mod video on how to do modifications to a white tape Donner pedal. This is a delay pedal. It has 2 channel, so it's stereo. These modifications, you can do them on other pedals too. This one was a $60 pedal. It's really hard to find pedals that are stereo that have over a second of delay like this one does, and this is the only one I could find, and it happened to be $60, and it sounds really good. So let me explain the modifications I'm going to do. I always wanted a pedal that has where you can push a button and it would turn the feedback all the way up, so you don't have to do it with your hand. And also, I always wanted a pedal where you can change the timing by pushing a button. So this is a stereo pedal having 2 channels with 2 different times on it that you can adjust individually. So I'm going to mod this so this is actually comes out mono instead of stereo, and I will switch from one channel to the other. That way I'll have one channel with one time and one channel with another. Right now I temporarily have it hooked up to my looper pedal, doing that basically. So it goes from one to the other, and I'd like to have that set up without using my looper pedal and have an extra button here instead. So actually I'll probably have a bigger housing, because obviously I'm going to have at least 2 extra buttons and this isn't big enough. So I'll be putting that in a different housing. Let me turn it on and show you what it sounds like right now, and show you how cool it is, like the reason why I want to be able to switch from one channel to another. Let me show you without switching from one channel to the other what it sounds like. Now that's with one time, but if I could switch to a different channel and change the timing, check this out. So it's kind of cool, just little stuff like that you can add on. And then also I want to have the feedback switch like this. Sorry. Hear that feedback? I would like to get that sound by pushing a button. Here we go. Let's open it up. So to do the feedback mod, basically these 2 potentiometers, this is what they look like inside, only this is a bigger one. And as you turn it, it changes the resistance value, which a resistor is one of these. So it's one of these, but this is like variable, so it's changing the resistance as opposed to being fixed. And all you have to do to have this, to have it so it's all the way up, is you basically jump 2 of the legs together. I'm not sure which 2, but you know, you get a metal bar or whatever, piece of metal, or if you have alligator clips like this, you'd pinch the 2 together, turn it on, and see if it oscillates, see if you get feedback. If not, then put it on the other 2 and see if you get feedback. One of them will give you feedback, and then you know which one you need to do. And after that, you get a switch like this, and you put 2 wires on it, and this will basically jump these 2 ends together when you push on the switch. So it's basically essentially turning this all the way up. And in some cases, I did a previous pedal where it was a little bit too much feedback, so I ended up putting, I think it was a 100 ohm resistor, or maybe it was 180 ohm, something like that, between this and one of the wires to give it a little bit of resistance so it's not too much feedback. let's open this pedal up and see what's in there. I think I may have changed my mind about earlier wanting to put a bunch of switches and have it jump from one channel to the other. Because that other pedal I had, I could just put this into my looper pedal like I did and use it like that, because I do like that this is stereo output, so it makes the pedal more versatile if I don't do that. So I'm just going to use my external looper pedal for that, but I'm still going to do an oscillation switch. I can either do an oscillation switch for each channel or one for the both of them. And I think I'm going to do one for the both of them. I'm going to make this simple. I might change my mind. I have these really little switches, and I could put one here, you know, or I could put one here and one here. Actually, this switch wouldn't do if I did both of them. I need a much bigger switch, so yeah, we'll see about that. Let's get my bigger switch. Here's my different switches that I have. I like this one, it doesn't make any sound. This would be the switch to do both of them at the same time. I could go with that. I'd probably have to move this over here. Not sure if there's space for that yet. Or I could just do one of these on each side and have it separated for each channel. Let's go into this and we'll see. It's a very nice pedal for, I don't know what it was, 60 or 70 bucks. Seems to be really solid. Has over a second of delay. That's pretty good for that price range. Whoop. So that's how you take it off. You just kind of push this down. It helps pop that plate off. Now that's oh, good. These screw out of here. I thought they like soldered this in here so you can't get it out or something. I see. Simply unscrew these and it should come out. And it looks like there's a screw holding this in. 2 screws holding it in now. Should probably separate these from the other screws in case they're a different size, and no, they aren't. They're the same size. That makes things easier. Oh yeah, pull the knobs off, of course. There's a special tool for this, but you risk marring it when you do that. Ooh, am I marring it? See, I'll have to take this off too. That's an interesting one. Requires a special tool. This foot switch requires a special tool to remove. So I don't have that tool. I had to make one, and I had an old piece of sheet metal. I simply cut 2 lines in and broke off. So now this fits in there like that, and let's see if it'll take it off. Actually, before I do that, I want to protect this with some tape. In case I mess up. Oh yeah, what do you know? Off it comes. Wow. So now the question is there room for a button? It's definitely going to have to be one of these small buttons. And you know what? I don't have to put this back on. Instead, I will put a standard one on. I will take one off this and use that for my new bolt. How about that? Here's the wires down here. So I basically have to turn this on and try jumping 2 of these. See which one it is. If I do it with these little ones, I'm going to need 2. Whoa, that's not good. Not good to touch these circuit boards. I think there's almost enough room. If I bend these down, there might almost be enough room. Like barely. Yeah, not quite. So that's a problem. Which means we'll need a different housing. I've thought about this for some time and I've came up with different ideas. I'm trying to get the easiest thing to do. Let me go through the different ideas. Well, one idea was to basically get a box and drill holes in the same spot, and then drill holes in the same spot so this whole thing fits in there, and then I could branch wires out from here, putting new 1/4-inch jacks on here, and this could mount into the side, and then I could put my new foot switches on either side, and that's a solution, but that's going to be a pain in the butt getting the holes exactly the same. I could do it, but I've decided on an easier route, which you specifically have to have these small little buttons for this. I've kind of hacked this one a little bit, but here's a non-hacked one. I don't know if you could see the camera. These little push buttons, they're really small, when you cut the feet off like this, then they fit just barely. So my idea is to cut the feet off. I'm going to sand them down, and then I'm going to take a hacksaw and I'm going to ever so carefully cut a little groove so I can get a wire soldered there and there. And then it should be low enough so I can put this wherever I want. I might have to unsolder this capacitor and put it on the other side of the board, which will give me room to put it right here, and then probably put the other one somewhere over here. I might do the same thing with this capacitor. And another thing I might do to give me just a little bit more room, these washers were put on the top after you put the box on, and then these washers go on, but you can put them on before you put the box on, and that gives you just a little bit more space. And I checked it, you can still screw these side things in, so I might end up doing that too. So let's get started on that. The next step would be getting two of these flat and soldering some wires on them. So let's do that. I have sandpaper, I've cut them, and I think I can cut them even more if I find my pliers. Yes. Cut that off a little bit more. Maybe it's as good as it's going to get. Alright. Now I will get my hacksaw. I was going to use a hacksaw, however, I realized I have these little files that I've never used. They're for like for nuts on a guitar, and these would probably work just fine for this. But you can also use a hacksaw. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, just something simple like that. And then I get some wire. That says 30 gauge. Cool. Yeah, I think that's good right there. Excellent. How far do I need? Yeah, maybe that far. Yes, this looks like it's going to work nicely. I might put just a little dab of glue there or paint, kind of to make sure there's no electrical contact on this, and give this a little bit of extra holding strength. That came out very nice. So here's how you do it. Get my sandpaper back, sand it down. On hindsight, before I sand it down all the way, I think it's good to cut a little notch in here. That way it'll look cleaner once it's all done. Because as I sand, I'll sand all the ugly marks off. Not that anyone's ever going to look at this. But I guess if they do look at it, then it'll look more professional, right? Tinting the posts. Now I'm tinting the wire. Yeah, that looks great. Just enough room. Now, for the very tricky part. It's totally doable. I'm going to put this on this side. Wish me luck. And of course this is dirty. Now for the time with delicate surgery precision. You have to be quick to try to save this capacitor, but it's a common value, so I'm sure I have more of them if I mess it up. Maybe I should tell you that value in case someone's doing this and they want to know. It is a, looks like a 100 UF, 16 volt. Yep. I got it. Got one Let's see if I get the other. Uh-oh. This is called a solder sucker, by the way. Sometimes you just gotta heat it up and pull it off. Man, it doesn't want to do that. Thinking about that placement. Can I fit one here? Not quite. I'm gonna have to take this one off too. No, wait. Am I? No. No, I think I can get it. I think I can make it work. I hope. Yes, I should be able to. Possibly, my problem is that I don't have enough solder on there. It needs something to suck up. Yeah, I think that was it. Now you do this thing where you solder one side, you pull it out, you solder the other side, you pull it out a little bit. Good to let it cool down between doing that. Whoa, that worked really well. Now I'll go back to the other one, see if I can work this off. Oh, look at that, I got it up a little bit, that's nice. See, I'm heating it up and I'm pulling on it. On the one side, anyway. Well, that one's pretty much all the way out. You don't really need the solder sucker. You could just get it out doing this way if you don't have a solder sucker. That solder sucker wasn't much help in this case anyway. I think I actually need solder because I can't even heated up. Got some little solder on there. Oh yeah. I got it out. That side's negative. Now I gotta get that solder out of there. I guess you do need the solder sucker for this part. You can also wick it out with a wire if you had to. It did not work. You gotta be careful not to get this board too hot or it destroys it. I'm gonna have to work on this other one. Looks like it finally worked. Awesome. Clean this up a little bit. That's got just a tiny little, just needs to be poked. That one's good. This one. There we go. You gotta remember to get the positive on the positive and the negative on the negative. And you can see a positive side there and the negative side here. And this gray thing or white thing is the negative. These need to be straightened before I can get it in.
Excellent.
Success. Let's make sure that's, I guess it's good. Yeah. I'll file it down a bit. No, maybe not.
Burned a piece of plastic. Whew, that smells awful. Had this plastic laying around, sorry I touched it. Hey, look at that.
Gotta hang it from the thread. There we go. Same with this. The negative is on this side, positive is on this side. Let me clean that up. Now I'll straighten it out with these pliers. I'm happy with that. I feel like I want to pull this one out a little bit. These wires are sticking out a little bit high. Much better. Success. Now, I think the harder part's done, hopefully. Now, getting these where I want them. Now I have to drill holes in the perfect spot. I'm going to do that with tape. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, I think right here. Now this is flipped around, so this mark actually needs to be on that side. Let me transfer that. do one for the other side. Actually, I probably should have kept that there because I'll bet it should work fine on both sides, actually. Let me put that mark back there. Does that work fine on both sides? It's going to be right here. Yeah, I think so. And over here, obviously. I feel like this is not, I feel like it's off. And it is. I think it's probably just fine. So that's the mark. And I want it as close to this side as possible. Let me trim this tape off so I can see what I'm doing. I think that's going to be okay. Maybe move it over a little. Now let's transfer that line to the other side. So I can get it at the identical spot. I have my little hole punch. It's a spring-loaded one. Great little tool. Awesome. Is that off? Looks. It's off a little bit. I think I redeemed myself. And now I will go to the drill press and drill holes for these. Ooh, close to that screw. Didn't think about set, but looks like I'm safe. Yes, it looks very good. That is going to be excellent. It'll screw on just like that. That's great. And of course, I'm going to use nail polish to glue these so they do not come undone. I suppose the next step is putting this inside here and seeing where this lines up. I feel I want to dry fit one of these to make sure there's enough space. So I'll cut these off and then move that up and down and see what I've got in there. Or, actually I don't need to do that, I already got it. I'm going to stick this in there. So let's stick this in there, see what I got. Just pull those wires right through there. It's just a dry fit. Stick that in there. Okay. Now do it. Yeah, I think it's okay. Now let's try the other side, which should certainly be fine. Yeah. I feel like I'm bumping something on this side, but it's not too bad. I think we're good. Let me look in there one more time. What have I got in there? I'm going to do my washer trick and see what... This is going to give me just a little bit. Let's see what that gives me. Oops. Good enough. Whatever. I'm gonna call it good. Now, I have to figure out where on here it's going to go. I think I need to put tape on this to protect it. And I'll use the thinnest tape I have. That doesn't fit. Yeah, I could kind of see that.
Alright.
Yeah. I'm gonna be really good. Let's get this one filed just a little bit more too. That's good. Now I need to put some kind of a protectant on it. Nail polish or PVC glue. This is ABS black cement. Looks like it's a little bit dehydrated and old. No, it's still okay. Stuff smells awful. This is actually going to melt into it and make an excellent barrier. And it dries faster than nail polish. Oops. Wow, this stuff's drying quickly. It's old. This might be the last use I get out of this stuff. I store these upside down and they last longer. This should be expired. It's probably 4 years old. Maybe older. That just looks nice too. And I'm sure it strengthens it. Do I need to give this time to dry? Wow. That was fast. Now I need to plug this in, and I need to find out which one of these to jump. I'm back with a guitar cord. Now I'm going to test it. So I'll test which two I have to jump together. Should be able to use a screwdriver. It's not working out. I am going to have to actually solder some wires to this thing. Not getting a good enough connection. So I'm just going to solder it, and if it's on the wrong one, then I'll move it over a lug. Let me tin my wires. Let's see if that works. No, it's not working. So it's the other one. I really hope this works after all that trouble I did. I probably should have done this before I drilled those holes in the chassis. This should work. I don't know why it wouldn't. Let's hope this works. Otherwise, I drilled the holes in that chassis for nothing. Oh, that's not good. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this isn't working? Maybe my switch doesn't work. Let me get my wires out. Got 1, 2, longer one than that, and 3. Oh, what's up with that? Is this like a double pot? No, that's ground. Yeah, I'll figure it out. There's these 3 wires on the bottom. I thought maybe it's a double pot. It's not. Okay, this really ought to work. I hope it works. Not working like I thought it would. I guess it's this side. So it's the two on this side, not this side. I can take this wire off. Alright, so experimenting showed that I will attach it to the middle leg right here, and the side leg, the right, not the left, on both of them. I'm assuming this one's the same. I need to remove these. And the other one. I think, I was going to twist these together. And I messed it up. Totally fixable. Twisting these will help to reduce any unwanted feedback. But then maybe I want extra feedback. That's the whole point of this, huh? the moment of truth. Will this actually work? Now getting these just right. Getting both of them just right at the same time. It's working. And I forgot something. Forgot to put the washers on. Well, does it work from this way? Yes, it does. What's it being held up on? Let's do the washers. Do one more dry fitting. This one on this side looks great. However, this one is getting held up. Or not. That looks great. I think this one looks good too. Yeah. We're all good to go. Yep, it's good to go. So close. Oh, man. Which ones are these? Yes. Awesomeness. So close. Hopefully this will actually work. I am going to have to put nail polish on these. However, before I do that, I'm going to turn this on and make sure everything's working. That is cool. Yeah, because I can't really wrench these down like I'd like, I'm really gonna have to get some nail polish on those suckers. Oh, I hope this works. Now for the moment of truth. Does that sound different? No, I think it sounds the same. Yeah, I think that sounds good. See if it does it on the other one. I think it's a success. Cool. And now I'm going to start wrapping this thing up. Oh, after all that time. This is nail polish. I got some in the switch. That sucks. I don't think it should hurt anything too bad. Let me get a Q-tip. Not the end of the world, but also not good. if I can just get a little bit in there. I think that's it. Whew. Whew. Want to make sure this is not turning. Excellent. In hindsight, I probably should have put nail polish on this before I put it in. Marred it up a little bit. That's not good. Not too bad. Now I tighten all the other ones. Probably not a bad idea to put these on. Before I get everything too tight.
Oops. Forgot the little black piece. Need to loosen this a little bit. Should have waited on tightening these. Yeah, that gives me a little bit of room here. Tightening these just by finger, those will be tightened at the end. You kind of want to put everything on before you do the final tighten. Just tightening everything a little bit at a time. Alright. Get these side things tightened now. Probably not wise to over tighten those. Excellent. 2 screws go in there, but they don't get tightened all the way because it's a little bit higher than it was before due to the washers. If I would have thought ahead, I would have put a little tiny spacer or washer on the other side of these too, but I didn't, so it is what it is. I'll just put them on very loosely. They don't really need to be on there, to tell you the truth. I don't think. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good. Look at the back on this thing. So that's what it looks like. That's cool. Still looks pretty stock. Ooh, better close this. On the last screw. It's always good when you have all the screws. Let's give it one more try before I put the knobs on. And then before this is done, maybe I'll give you guys another chance to hear it on a better amp. Whoops, oh, that one. That was turned all the way up. Let's see if it actually works. Oh, wrong one. Yes. Cool. Let's test the other channel. Yeah, it works. Alright. Sounds good. Time to get those knobs on. I have such a mess here, I'm having trouble finding the knobs, and they may have fallen on the floor. Oh, here's one way over there. I don't know how that got over there. Is there another one way over here? Or did that stick to something? What's up with that? And, well, I have all but one knob. I'm sure I'll find it. And, cool. It looks great, I think. I might take some acetone later and get that nail polish off. But, it still looks stock. It looks like it came like that. I like it.